not that many years ago.
So John McGuinness then, weaving his way on the Demon Vimto Team Honda, the Paul Bird Motorsport entered bike. And you've got to say, Paul Bird is going to be pretty happy with this. He looked a bit despondent after Snetterton, but McGuinness is going to extend his lead over Callum Ramsey in this championship. And by how much is the question. Ramsey will want to minimise that damage with a second place if he can on bike 60. A few back markers to be sorted out here.
Yeah, and
25, Craig Millwood is the first one that he dispenses with.
And into the complex.
Yeah, he's not going to be too worried, is he?
He needn't be bothered, did he,
He's got a short distance to go, and he's 5 seconds in the lead over the line last time round from Ramsey. So he can just wheel his way round here. He's on his way now, just gears it up through the gearbox and up through 5th gear. Over the line comes then John McGuinness. John McGuinness will finish in first place. There he is. McGuinness crosses the line. Oh, and Ramsey. Yes, Ramsey gets it from Tunstall. Sawford stays in 4th place. He didn't have in him what I thought he might. So Callum Ramsey then sits on 20 points. But John McGuinness extends his lead in this series to 7 points at the halfway distance of the championship year. And
Callum Ramsey does keep the fastest lap. John McGuinness didn't have to up the pace. Callum just checking that John won it.
Yeah,
Were you first? I'm afraid so.
Callum Ramsey got the fastest lap, so at least we didn't let McGuinness have the full set. So the duo of Ramsey and McGuinness, who are superb on and off track, it's got to be said.
Yep, good guys.
McGuinness, though, that was frighteningly dominant. Steve Sawford, though, Steve Sawford and jointly Tom Tunstall, I think, really the men of the match for me. I've got to say that was a great way of going on. We're looking down from our helicopter. We've got a lot coming up in the rest of the day. British Superbike Race 2. Well, can anyone catch Neil Hodgson? I won't tell you the result, but I'll tell you the winner, and it was Neil Hodgson, but I won't tell you who was chasing him round here. That's Race 2 coming up live and uninterrupted a little bit later on. The Supersport race, likewise. Can Jim Moody make it 2 out of 2 for Yamaha now? Just a little bit of a grudge match there in Supersport, Keith. This is round 6. We are live from Silverstone in Northamptonshire, and that's what it looks like right now. The weather has stayed good for us, which is a surprise. We had a little bit of rain this morning, and now the weather staying dull, but the track is staying fast, which is good for us. John McGuinness then 3.8 in the end. He decided to sit back behind the back markers. 3.8 his lead over Callum Ramsey. Tom Tunstall on the podium, good ride from him. Steve Sawford, it says on the Yamaha there, but I'm sure that's an Aprilia, in 4th place. Jason Davis 5th. Ian Bennett, I told you to watch out for him, number 34 Ian Bennett in 6th place. Stephen Thompson 7th, and Chris Bishop in 8th place. That's the top 8. Gary Jackson 9th, Lee Jackson's brother. Gary Haslam, after a disgusting start, got himself in all sorts of trouble. 10th place for him. He'll get a few points there. Anyway, Hilton Hinks in 11th, Tim Levy in 12th place, Darren Thomas 13th, Herzberg down there in 14th place. Now, we are looking across as they weave their way into pit lane after the cooling off lap. And John McGuinness, well, cool, calm and collected. There's the podium. We're looking from the helicopter camera down into pit lane. McGuinness will be the first to arrive to the cooled champagne. This is a great facility here at Silverstone, it really is. It's a shame we only visit it once a year. We ought to visit it much more often here. I've not been here probably for 15 years, Keith, or since it was last time it was a British Grand Prix here. Really? Well, you've seen a hell of a lot of changes then, Julian. Because amazing. This place has absolutely been transformed in 15 years. And it's got air-conditioned commentary to start with. Yeah, well, I was here. I think last time I was probably as a punter, Keith, sat in the grandstands. Paying again, Julian. Oh, yeah. Do you want sympathy? No. Right, I can tell you the winner now is with the lovely Claire Smith.
John, congratulations. Brilliant ride by you there. 5-second lead there. You just cleared off, didn't you?
Yeah, I really concentrated hard on my start, and got my head down from the word go. Put a few like 26s in, mid-26s, and cheers. And that seemed to just break it then. I saw my board come down to 2 seconds, so I upped the pace a little bit, then it went up to 3 something, so I guess somebody crashed.
Now, we know what kind of injuries you sustained the other weekend. Doesn't seem to be bothering you too much now. No, not at all. It's fine now. I just grit my teeth. I can feel it, but it's not affecting me riding now. So back in extending my lead in the championship is what we needed to do. You certainly are. Well, I'm going to let you go because you're a very busy chap indeed, aren't you? You've got to hot foot it onto the grid for the next one. Best of luck for that as well. That's Claire. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm down here. I'm here with Callum, and that was a great race.
Yeah, definitely. It's just like so hard. It was the reverse from last week with John getting the lead and getting the break, and me having to dice for second, and just opposite from last week at Snetterton.
It was close all the way. Did you actually think towards the end of the race, right, I'm going to make a plan here? Because he kept overtaking each other, and for a moment there, I was wondering whether you were sort of holding back and sort of trying to save your tyres a little bit.
Well, I was thinking about tyres the whole race because we had a real bad qualifying, only qualified 11th, so we had a bit of trouble with the bike, but mechanics worked hard and got the bike ready for the race. It wasn't 100%, but I just had to do the best what I had, and Tom fought all the way, barged past me a few times, and he had a real good race with me, but I just knew I wanted to be in the lead on the last lap because I knew I could have it covered, and I did, so I was really happy.
After a third row start, I would have thought you'd be pleased with those points.
Oh, definitely. Getting the Rostrom's always good for the Mackenzie racing team and my sponsors, Caledonia Homes.
All right, well done again, and the championship continues to be close.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Well, Tom Tunstall, well, congratulations, of course, with McGuinness clearing off there. The battle was for second place between you guys. You made it very interesting out there.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I had when I got it, I found it fairly easy to get in front of all the guys at the front. Got in front of Callum, and then I was John was a bit of a gap on me, and with him having troubles with my rear grip, really. I sort of hold station and didn't sort of give anything away. The times weren't particularly quick at that point, and I knew I could go quicker. Then when Callum came past, I thought, yeah, now this is it. Now we have a bit of a race, and really it was just down to racing on the last couple of laps. And I got past him and went slightly wide at the hairpin, and that's where I lost it. I tried to get him back again, but no, that's where I lost it. So I made a mistake, but now I learned from it, and I'm sure we'll be back on the rostrum a bit higher later on this year. So
I'm sure you will be. Sterling performance by you. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you, Claire. There it is then, the view of Silverstone. No rain here, and we've got, well, more sparks going to be flying in the British Superbikes. That will be live and uninterrupted for race 2 a little bit later on in the day. We've also got the Super Sports as well. What a track, what a venue, and what a set of races we're having at the moment. Superb stuff. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in just a moment.